before this video gets started, I want to take a moment to ask you to help us achieve a goal. We want to reach 14,000 subscribers by the end of 2026. So if you haven't already subscribed, please take a moment and subscribe for me.
And do you put a little bit of sealant around the edge when you do that? Just a little bit to...
Just on the outside edge, just so where it goes through.
Okay.
I mean, not, you know...
Not a whole lot. It doesn't need a whole lot.
It don't need, because it's actually pressed, but...
Yeah.
If you're lucky, anything like mine, if I didn't do it...
Just, yeah.
I promise you. But
Yeah.
I have to idiot-proof everything.
Yeah. Okay. It's making sense now. I don't know how this was supposed to go, honestly, but that makes a lot of sense. It sits down in the block a little bit, and then it becomes a press fit as you tap it down in there. Makes a whole lot of sense. And you know, I'm a little embarrassed, not gonna lie, just a little embarrassed, but it's like, there's nothing in the instructions that say how it's supposed to go. So it's like, it's all up to my imagination and Google to really try to figure out how it's supposed to like sit in the engine. Can't really be embarrassed. Like I did my research. I gave it a good try without knowing anything at all. So let's go ahead and flip the motor over and go ahead and actually I need to test to see if I have a punch that works with this. So let's go ahead and give that a look. Yep, it looks like it's beveled as you go down. 5/16 goes kind of right in it, and I imagine that will only help it seat and stay more if it's actually driving it to open as it's going down in the engine. Okay guys, I finally understand how this is supposed to go. This stops it, but there's about maybe an inch or so underneath it that you have to go through before it seats itself all the way down. I don't think I'll be able to get that on camera. Well, actually, you know what? I'll give it a try. I'll try to get it on camera, but there's but once you hammer it through here, that's when it's a press fit, and it's gonna form to the space, I think, a little bit as you do that. But yeah, there's about an inch of space down there, and you see where it like stops. I'm gonna try to show y'all on camera. I don't know if it's gonna come through well though. See the little, yeah, y'all can see that. So we need to put a little bit of sealant around the edge and go ahead and start tapping it through. There you go.
Feeling what you want to feel?
Not really, not yet. I feel like I'm just cutting the edge. I don't think it's a...
What do you mean by cutting the edge?
It's not going down. It's just cutting the edge of the thing itself.
And you want it flush? Is that the goal?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's supposed to go further than that.
How much further?
There's like a gap down there about that big.
So that's your distance you got to go? An inch?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see where it comes out at. Is that it on my hand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, it's supposed to go further down than that, and I feel like I'm just tearing it up.
Well, you'll tear that up before you tear the block up, right?
Yeah, the
Okay.
block's way stronger than that. So
So, I'm ready to suggest a heavier hammer, a metal hammer with a light tap. Because the rubber hammer is probably going to have too much give in it, and it's going to absorb some of the impact. That's what a rubber hammer is supposed to do.
yeah.
Is be gentle, but I'm thinking a metal hammer and a light tap. Or a heavier hit with the rubber hammer. Just go a little bit ham on it.
Oh wait, it's going.
I think I'm hearing movement.
Yeah, it's going now.
Okay.
Yep. I'm watching it.
Dad comes through again, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. A dad victory.
Oh, that's funny.
So now, how do you know when too much is too much or whatever?
Well, I can eyeball it because I saw where it landed, where it's supposed to land, where that inch is. So
Okay.
I'll be able to look down, and then of course, when you look over at you might want to come take a look at this. You look at this is supposed to seat down in the block too.
Oh,
So
and-
that's supposed to be about that distance down in there in order for the Lokar thing to actually go in.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. So you got a gauge. You got two gauges.
Yeah.
Actually.
I ain't gonna lie though, I was scared for a second.
I know, Stone. I know. And you. It is better to err on the side of caution, and that's what you've been doing through this whole rebuild. So,
I'm trying.
yeah.
I really am.
'Cause you got too much blood, sweat, and tears, and don't forget the dollar signs invested into this.
Oh, for sure.
To have to
Definitely
go-
the dollar sign.
To have to go backwards from this point. So,
I think I can go to the bigger one now. I think
Right.
it'll fit right down in. Yeah.
probably.
I like
yeah.
that one more now that it's down.
In there a bit
in
a
there,
ways,
yeah.
yeah. You'll probably get farther too, farther
Yeah.
faster.
You know, the one thing that does give me peace of mind with
What's that?
hammering anything in here like this
Is
is that it comes out the other side. So it's like, so you need to get it back out. You can just flip it over and
pull it out,
And
yeah.
pull it out, yeah, and try again. So yeah, I think
so the
that's it.
valve cover on that side has a concession for the dipstick holder, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you mean the cylinder head?
Oh, because that's what comes next.
Yeah, cylinder
Yeah,
head
the
goes on
cylinder
next.
head. Yeah.
Cylinder head, and then that apparently you're supposed to bolt that thing, which really doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Bolt it
You're
to
supposed
the
to bolt
cylinder
it to
head.
a header bolt, which is odd because
And it'll reach. It's got a thing that'll let it reach.
I think it's got some bend in it. It's got some bend, so you bend it up. And
Oh,
then
bend it
bolt
up to where you need to go.
Yeah, you could open it up and take a look.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, you
A couple more
can
taps for good luck, and then
twist it, bend it any way you need to.
Yeah.
Dipstick's kind of jazzy.
It's kind of cool.
On
ain't
the
it?
end of it, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of fancy.
There's no loop to stick your finger in.
Yeah. Nah, we don't do that no more.
No, that's over with.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's done. That seems like it bottomed out. I would love to turn it upside down and look at how far that thing comes out the other end now. Now that it's
You should.
really,
I'm thinking you should. No better time than now before you start buttoning stuff up.
Yeah.
Can you spin it? I mean, that wouldn't matter because nothing's going to hit.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I don't think it would. Yeah.
Good. Looks like another success.
Yep. I do want to get the other half in there too.
Other half.
I would love to see.
I'm lost. What's the other half of what?
Remember the dipstick part? That part.
Oh,
I want to get all of that in there together
okay.
because I want to see how this is going to line up before I drop the pan on for the final time.
So when you say all of that in there, you don't mean the actual stick. You mean
I do all that.
just this part without the stick.
Well, that part is, yeah, we're not going to have the stick in there when we do all the other assembly things, but I would love to get this on there and that in there. I want to see where
You
it
want
all
to see the
rests.
whole deal. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Before I put the oil pan on for the final
Well, we know what the next steps are.
go
then.
around. Wow, look how close the oil pump and the it's interesting. I think this is a stroker engine thing. Look how close these two get to each other. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, okay. That went down better, easier than I thought.
Easier and better than you thought.
Yeah, it's a real, like, it's a perfect size for it though. It's a perfect press fit. Like it's
not,
like if you're not perfectly over the top of it, it's not gonna fall.
Going in.
Yeah, but as soon as you get right over the top of it, then it'll just drop.
So it's not gonna need a whole lot of tap, tap, tap.
No, I don't think so. I think I can do this with just my hand. And,
Oh, okay.
Maybe I might have to tap a little bit. Mm-hmm. But no, I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Oh, and by the way, y'all, I done broke down and got a TikTok, bro. Just so y'all know, I do have a TikTok account now, and it's Young Chevy Truck, as you would spell it out any other way. So make sure y'all go follow me on that. Okay, so I'm looking at these instructions, right? And once again, I could be a little slow, or they're contradicting themselves a little bit. It says if the bottom fitting of the dipstick tube assembly pushes into the engine block pan or timing cover, it is advisable to put a small amount of silicone sealer on the shoulder of the bottom fitting. If the bottom fitting threads in, apply Teflon tape or thread sealant to the threads. If there are O-rings on the bottom fitting, lubricate them lightly with engine oil. Maybe they're saying like the shoulder, like put sealant in like the top area. Maybe they said the shoulder of the bottom fitting. Maybe that's what they mean, like right up in there. But I'm gonna use sealant for the whole joint, lightly, obviously, but the shop told me to use sealant and I kind of wanted to do that anyway. And so, yeah, they told me what I wanted to hear. So yeah, I'm gonna put sealant on mine because if it's, I mean, if my luck would make oil jump straight out of here as soon as I crank it up. So I'm gonna put sealant around the edge of mine and throw it in there. Yeah, that's probably enough right there. Because it's basically a press fit. So it should fall right in and fill all of those gaps. I mean, push come to shove, if at least, we'll just have to address it later, because I know that the metal part, well, the all metal part that's down in the engine block wouldn't be the problem at that point. It would be something up here, up top. So go ahead and throw this thing in there and yeah, move this out of the way.
I apologize, y'all. I know y'all can't see any of that, but I just, as long as you get it at the right angle, it literally just falls right in. So yeah, sorry about that.
I think I'm gonna turn it a little bit though. Yep, and then let that dry like that. That should be good. That should be perfect. Cool. So that's the dipstick installed then. Yeah, I think it did say somewhere in the instructions when you put the dipstick in the top here, you should use a little bit of oil. I'll probably follow that rule. But yeah, for this part, no. I've seen too much. I know too much. Sealant for that. All right. Wow, we have actually like a nice dipstick situation here. This is really cool. It ain't cheap. Costs like what, like 110 bucks? Oh, and it makes a little click when it, oh, that's tactical. Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn that a little bit because it looks like it'll line up with the engine better. And if it doesn't line up perfectly, you could always put like some washers in there or something probably to make it sit right. Yeah, this is looking good, y'all. This is looking real good. I had to know though, I had to know how this was gonna look. So let's go ahead and flip this thing over once my dad gets in here and we'll see how this is looking on the bottom side, because it goes down pretty far, further than I thought it would actually. But it makes sense though, because the oil pan that I got is super duper deep on that side, so it would make sense that that's where the level, you would want the level, you check it down at the bottom, where all of it is, so that makes sense.
Wow.
So that's the final resting spot. Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yeah. Forgot one more thing. I just wanted to put the oil pan on there just so I see how it all works, and maybe take the dipstick out and put it back in there just to see if it hits anything or wobbles or does anything. I love it when a plan comes together. See, so with it like this, with no gasket, it sits so low that it hits the crankshaft. Yeah. And so I had to go double back, put the gasket on there, and then try it, and then it didn't hit anything at all after the gasket was on there. So let me see if. I think it's fine.
Doesn't sound like it's hitting anything.
Nope, I think it's good. Wow. It's looking like an engine right now.
If you may say so yourself.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I just like looking at it now.
Yeah, basking in the glory because it's coming together.
Yeah, coming together, it's making sense. It's looking gigantic. This oil pan is ridiculous.
It is. Oh,
But
and there's the paint jobs. Don't need to touch on that at all.
yeah, well, I haven't really talked much about it just because I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. But I'm gonna paint it black for sure.
Okay.
All black. But I just wanted to get through all of these things, all these hurdles first.
All the technical stuff.
The oil pan, I wanted that to be done, finalized, front cover done, finalized, everything done, finalized, and then I paint that, and then we move on to cylinder heads because I just can't bring myself to paint the aluminum cylinder heads that are just.
You know that's gonna be a nice look. Chrome
Yeah,
black.
yeah.
That polished metal black.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a nice look.
And I think I'm gonna get valve covers that do both, that have chrome and black on the valve covers. So it'll be a black engine, silver, bright, shiny cylinder heads,
Yeah.
bright, shiny intake manifold, and then the valve covers will be the contrast. They'll have black with silver lettering that says 383 stroker and all that. So I think it'll look pretty good.
Awesome. Yep.
Forgot one more thing. I'm gonna turn the engine to see how the crankshaft goes around the dipstick. Would you look at that engineering?
No touch whatsoever, even on a bad day.
Yeah.
You'll never hear that.
Yeah.
Even,
Yeah.
even once it's closed up.
I'm just trying to see if it. Say I don't know. My brain is everywhere.
Yeah.
If you're riding down the road and you hit a bump and it goes like this, like that, I just want to see how much room does it have to travel, and it doesn't have much at all. It would never.
This thing here is doing its job.
Because this is about as close as anything would get to it right there.
Ever.
And that's not very close at all, so. I see though how that little bit helps though. I see how if it didn't have even that little sliver, how it would have way more travel to do something.
What he said. Yep.
So, cool. And yeah, just like that, I think this one is pretty much over. And I'll see you on the next one when I get this oil pan on. Yeah, so if you're not already, please make sure you're subscribed. I'm trying to get to 14,000 subscribers before the end of 2026. So if you're not already, please make sure you're subscribed. We should be able to make that. Because I'm like, what, 96 subscribers away? Yeah, 96. I'm at 13,904 right now. So yeah, 96, we could do that. We could make 14,000. For the end of the year, we got what, 5 months? Yeah, we got 5 months. Yeah, we can knock that out for sure. And make sure you leave a like on this video if you like what you see. I'm coming back to YouTube, y'all. I'm taking it serious. I'm making videos again, working on my truck again. I got the Domino now, my 2019 Camaro SS1 LE, and I still have videos planned for that. Y'all just haven't seen them yet. I have a list of videos I want to do. Got a lot of content coming, y'all. Stay tuned. I really appreciate you guys watching. I will see you in the next one, and have a good one.